welcome to my custom Xbox tutorial on timing. So it never fails. Whenever I put out a video or whatever, it's really funny. You guys all ask the same question at the same time. So I love that because then I have like the same question a billion times. So this time I'm going to make a video about it because it seems like everybody's asking the same question over and over again. And that's about timing. So we're going to start off. I just want to remind everybody that the only paint in the world that we've found that you do not need to use adhesion promoter with. So the only thing is the vinyl fabric spray by Duplicolor. Now, we're going to pretend that we're not using vinyl fabric spray to talk about this, but the times are all the same. You just don't have to do the first step, which is adhesion promoter, okay? And so these two are going to be the exact same times as everything else. I'm going to place those off to the side. So what we're going to talk about, I'm just going to use Krylon Fusion because we have this sitting around here. But this is for any paint at all. Okay? Any paint you're using, this is the process. First off, you are going to use adhesion promoter. Okay? You're going to prep your controller, do everything. This is the first thing that goes on the controller. You're going to spray 2 to 3 light coats of this, waiting about 3 minutes in between each coat. Okay? Adhesion promoter. 2 to 3 coats, 3 minutes in between each coat. It doesn't have to be exactly 3 minutes. So don't send me a bunch of emails about that. If you wait 5 minutes, you're going to be okay. The most important part is that you do not want to wait more than 10 minutes before you spray your first coat of color. Alright? So I usually shoot it within 3 to 5 minutes of my last third coat of adhesion promoter. That's when I go to the regular paint. Now this is Krylon Fusion, this is regular spray paint, whatever. This stuff, you're going to spray, and it all depends on what paint you use, but for all intents and purposes, you want to wait approximately 15 minutes in between coats. And remember, light coats, okay? Light coats. I repeat. Now, most likely you're going to be masking something and you want to do something. So you want to wait 24 hours after. Oh, and so it's 15 minutes in between coats. I would say no more than 3 coats. Make them light. Just make sure it covers. Wait 24 hours and mask. Okay? After you mask, I usually like to spray immediately after I get done with my mask. Take your secondary color. Spray it again. Same thing. 2 to 3 light coats. The second color especially, and the third color, whatever, the more colors you put on there, the less paint you want to spray. Because now you're going to be building a ridge on the controller. And I'm exaggerating right here, but you don't want to feel any lines. Like over here, when we get done clear coating this, you shouldn't feel any lines in between those, even though we have 3 colors on it. That's a lot of paint. But because we do very thin coats and then clear coat it, it's not going to be a big deal. So second color, wait 24 hours after you've sprayed it, then peel off your masks. Okay, the important reason for waiting 24 hours is because the paint will tear if you don't let it dry. Just as a rule, 24 hours before you pull off the mask. We're then done with the colors. We then get to the clear. Now, I'm going to address one more little thing here real quick. Either one of these will work just fine with Krylon Fusion. I get this question a ton, okay? Krylon Fusion wants to have this clear coat. If for some reason you're having a problem finding it, just use this acrylic lacquer. It's available in all the auto parts stores. It'll work just fine with it. But let's just say you're using a clear coat. This could be Krylon, this could be Rust-Oleum, this could be anything, okay? Any kind of paint you're using. After you get done with the color and you peel your stickers off, and you're not touching it with your hands. Remember, I'm telling you want to touch it with gloves because every one of these stages is paint getting applied and you want no oil on it. The last stage is the clear. On the clear, you're going to spray the clear coat after you've peeled all your masks off. You're going to wait about 15, 20 minutes. Some paint on the back will tell you it has a recoat window, which means you have to spray it within the first hour or wait a week. Okay? It just depends on the paint. It could say anything like that. Krylon Fusion doesn't say dries to the touch in 15 minutes. You can handle after an hour. Yeah, so it looks like you're alright. I don't see any kind of issue here. If it gets milky, it disappears within 24 hours is what it says. But I would wait 15 minutes in between clear coats. Now, this is just a technique. It is not a have to do. But if you want to build your clear coat because you're having an issue with bumps on your controller, spray 2 coats of clear. Wait 24 hours, come back, spray 2 more coats. Wait 15 minutes in between. And this stuff is dry to the touch in an hour. After your last clear coat, heck, you can touch it. Take your gloves off, touch it all you want. I just wouldn't play with it and put it to the test for a week, and we've talked about that. The longer you let the paint cure, the better off it's going to be. If while it's still taking apart after 2 days of drying, I love to take controllers and put them out in the sun. The sun hardens it, it cures it. A good day in the, like good 6 hours out in the sun beating down on a controller that's cured for 2 days. You don't want to spray it and then take it out into the sun. That's bad. But spray it, let it dry, 2 days, take it out in the sun, and 90% of the time, if you're having a sticky issue, that sun is going to eliminate the sticky issue. But I just want to say, sometimes paint is just sticky, and it's when you're using lesser spray paint. So, that's just part of the game with some of them. Krylon tends to do that. Rust-Oleum's horrible for it. Valspar will do it. It's just cheaper paint. It is kind of sticky. But the clear coat's very important because it has no pigment in it. And so it really helps to solidify the paint job. So it protects it and it makes a harder cover. So you should get less of the tacky feel, I guess, with a clear coat. Anyway, I just wanted to address those issues about timing. It's very important. Everybody keeps asking. Don't forget, go to MyCustomXbox.com if you have any other questions. Check out our store. We're still selling the limited edition MLG controller for Columbus 09. And if you have any other questions, fire them away and I'll try and address them. Thanks. Talk to you later.